students put together a script that was both pulling material directly from those sources, as well as creating their own original material to help piece it together to create a cohesive experience about what it's like to serve in the military. And we're almost finished.
talk to you about something. Have you thought anymore about talking to someone? John, are you listening?
I told you time and time again. I don't want to talk about any of it. I don't need to. It's too much.
I found someone at the VA office, though. A therapist. They can help you. And, well, us. Are you even listening to me?
I don't want to listen. I've told you 1,000 times that I don't need to talk to anyone. I can't.
I know, but John, you're worrying me. You've been having these seizures ever since you got back, and they're only getting worse. It scares me.
Scared? You think you're scared? Well, I'm sorry to break the news to you, honey. You're not the only one. I was. The draftees were. People's families were terrified. We were all scared. Scared of dying.
Well, it's over now. You're not in Vietnam anymore, John. You're home and you're safe, so why can't you...
Shut up! You don't know all the things I've seen. All the terrible things that I've went through. What I've had to do. All these things have made me this way. I went to war!
Don't you dare talk to me like I'm one of your soldiers. It's not Vietnam. John, hold on. When you had a seizure, there were two different kinds. The petite mal and the grand mal. The petite mal, he would just be sitting, and all of a sudden he'd slump, but while still sitting up. It would be like that for 15 to 20 seconds. And then he would keep going with conversations or whatever. But his grand mal seizures, which were causing him to lose so many jobs, we put it together later on. And basically when you have a grand mal seizure, you just fall flat. You don't go to the side, and you don't go backwards, you just slump. You're stiff all of a sudden, and you just fall.
There is a time, but when? But when is the end to the memories?
Forget. Forget.
The days are long, the nights are hot. The days are hot, and the rain falls. Wet is the call of the day.
Forget. Forget.
Sweat, it burns. My eyes, they cry. My skin turns. I age. My memory's long. My time is forever in Nam.
Forget. Forget.
Hi, John. I'm Dr. Brown. I specialize in helping veterans transition back into society. Please, take a seat.
Thanks, Doc. You know, this isn't necessary.
Well, from what your wife has told me and what your file says, I see that this is very necessary. So, I've been reading your file, and it says here that you served in the Army Rangers from 63 to 75. Is that correct? John, if you want to be able to fix things going on in your life, especially with your wife, I suggest you cooperate.
I was an airborne ranger.
See? Was that so hard?
Okay. How do we do this?
Well, most people like to start from the beginning.
Like when I was born?
Not exactly. Well, why don't you start by telling me what your plans were before you enlisted? What were some of your goals?
Let's see, while I was at college, I went to college in my hometown, Murray, Kentucky, which is Murray State University. And I was planning to get my bachelor's degree in physics and math.
I see. Seems like you had a plan, and it got interrupted by the military. Mind telling me why?
Doc, I had a brother. He was a couple of years older than me. He joined the Army a few years before they started sending people over. He was a part of the Green Berets, the first to land in Vietnam in '62. He died on January 2nd, 1963, in the Battle of Adak.
Is that where you thought you were calling to join the military?
You see, growing up, me and my brother were taught that joining the service was one of the greatest honors an American could do. So, my brother joined the first chance he got. I just felt it was my calling and went to college to extend my education. So, when I found out the news about my brother, I felt that this was my patriotic duty to take his place and fight as hard as he did for this country that we love.
You seem to feel very strongly about this.
I do.
Okay. Well, let's go back. So, you enlisted in '63 into the Army. Tell me, how was the transition from civilian life into the military?
It was hard. It was a whole year because when we went to Fort Hood, they activated the airborne. So we weren't going to replace soldiers that were wounded or killed. We were going to go as a whole unit, you know. So we had to train more because we had no experience. The people. Soldiers. Like, if you're just going to replace someone who got wounded or hurt, there would be someone there who's more experienced. And we're going to go as a whole unit, which meant we had no one, just ourselves. So we departed from Fort Hood, went by train to San Francisco, boarded a ship, and took off.
How long did it take?
30 days. Strange bunch.
How do you mean?
We had people that came in from California, New York. I mean, they were drafting people right and left. But the strangest out of that entire unit was this guy from Colorado named Eric. But we all called him Leslie.
Okay. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about this Leslie guy?
I could talk for days about that man. He always seemed to be the oddest sight in all of Vietnam. Always laughing and joking, and never letting anything get him down. I remember this one time during we were allowed a couple hours for leave for Christmas. And Leslie, that crazy son of a bitch, gave me one of the most memorable Christmases ever.
Damn, that was one wild bar.
Well, maybe now you think twice before you get in a fight with someone that's already taken.
Well, shit, man. I'd rather get in a fight there than in Vietnam.
What exactly happened to you in there?
Well, I figured I would just spread a little holly cheer to a well-loved lady. And, well, her girlfriend didn't seem to appreciate it. I walked up to her and I said, "Hey, how's it going?" I asked her to dance, and her girlfriend looked at me and just went, "Rrrr," you know? I looked at the monogram on her shirt and I said, "Leigh? Hey, does that say Lee?" Or does it say Lang? When I said that, her girlfriend, without even leaving the bar stool, she took her hand, go whack! Hit me right across the face. Hardest I've ever been hit in my life.
You're an idiot. Lesbians. Leslie.
Shit, man. Come on, man, don't be that way. I'm trying to teach you to live your life here. Because when we get over there, shit's gonna get real. And you're gonna want memories like these to keep you going while you're walking through hell.
Those words escaped my mind up until today.
So, John, what exactly was your mission in Vietnam as you understood it?
Kill. That's the spirit of an airborne ranger. Leslie and I were both 19. And it was a great adventure. We would walk around and throw hand grenades with our light anti-tank weapons and blow up bunkers and stuff. The only people stupid enough to want to do that were teenagers. Teenagers who think they're indestructible. And boy, did we think we were.
John, if you don't mind me asking, whatever happened to Leslie?
There was this nurse, Charlotte.
It was January 30th, 1968. I was working the graveyard shift and was restocking the shelves when I heard it happen. It was around 2:45 a.m. The Viet Cong troops raced through a 3-foot hole they had blown into the wall protecting the United States embassy in Saigon. We were not prepared. I was stationed within the city, so the influx of troops was overwhelming. I was going through and trying to help as many soldiers as possible. But there was one man that just couldn't seem to leave my mind. He came rushing in with another soldier slung over his shoulder. He was yelling,
Medic! Medic!
so I rushed over to them as fast as I could. When I had got to them, I took in their full conditions. The man, John, was still conscious, and he was the least injured of the two. He had a gash in his head and a large piece of shrapnel lodged in his leg. I knew that I could take out that shrapnel, sew him up, and he would be good. But his friend, he had burns all over his body and several puncture wounds. Now, we were trained to treat the soldier with the least severe injuries first, so that they could go straight back to the battle. And it was a system that worked, unless you were considered severe. I began to start working on a man with the less severe injuries, John. But as soon as I began the process, he just started shouting at me to help his friend. He kept it up until I gave him a shot of morphine to calm him down. As soon as I finished him up, I started on his friend. But before I could even begin treating him, he took his last breath. It was barely 30 minutes, but it felt like an eternity. I turned back to the other one, who was still under the effects of the morphine. He was smiling at me and said,
Thank you. Thank you so much for saving my friend.
I tried to tell him what happened, but he had this glimmer in his eyes. I didn't have the heart to tell him. I think about this every day. It invades my mind. I constantly wonder, what if I had just worked a little quicker, or even just took a moment to check his condition? I could have saved him. But now, he's just a phantom that haunts me every day.
Okay, John. We've done a lot of talking, and that's good. But we've talked about your friend Leslie, and we've talked about Charlotte, and we even touched a little bit on your wife. But how about we talk about you? Where does your mind stand?
Death has crippled my thoughts.
What happened to you during
The
that?
recovery of my mind is gone to the noise of war.
How did your friends affect you?
Crippled in memory are my friends forever.
How often did you wish to be home?
To live with me in my home for prosperity.
How did the battle affect you?
Breath of life is to my friends a glimmer of hope.
How did you handle the death of the ones around you?
For they have seen life, and now they lay in death.
What do you really want out of this sentence?
Help me to regain the strength to fight for their
Tell me about
critical thoughts.
John. John.
Oh, sorry, Doc. That just kind of happens sometimes.
Why don't you tell me a little bit more about these,
Seizures. Yes. My wife says they happen quite often. I can't keep a job. I scare my wife. I'm barely able to keep a conversation without going in and out of them.
What do you think is causing these seizures, John?
I really don't know. But if I were to guess, I think it would be from these nightmares I keep having. Right before I go into shock, I have that image in my mind that I see every night.
So you keep having these nightmares. Okay. What do you see?
I'm back at that medical tent in Vietnam, and I'm just sitting there next to Leslie. And I'm telling him over and over again, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please, just come back. I remember sitting there for a good hour before they had to move him to make more room for the wounded. I blamed her. In fact, I still do blame her. Because it was easier at the time to blame her than the war itself.
So, do you regret your time there?
Well, as I said, I sometimes find this difficult. It's with great pride that I feel I had the chance to serve in the military. I don't regret it at all. In spite of the fact that there was a lot of corruption in the situation. I think it's a worthy and honorable career. But one should not go into it with these feelings or ideas that this is going to get me something. You're going to be serving, and that's exactly what it is. And that's the kind of thing. And there's many great things that can come from it. And some bad things too.
Well, we've covered a lot of the bad things. What were some of the good things?
Everybody was friendly with each other. Blacks, whites, Hispanics. We all got along because we knew we depended on each other. Now, the racial tension was in the rear echelon. And that's where they didn't have combat units. Combat situations. But in a combat situation, I knew they would back me up. And I knew I would back them up. The sad thing was, there was a lot of atrocities that were committed. And people here couldn't understand that. And I don't say they were right, but when a 9-year-old boy might come up behind you, or an 8-year-old girl with a machine gun, and shoot down your buddies, you don't fight for your country while you're there. You don't fight for the flag. You fight for your buddies.
Some of the veterans I've talked to tell me about how it was difficult for them to transition when coming back home. Can you tell me how it was for you?
Challenging. Well, talking to people about her after I was discharged in 75, that was a real hard struggle because in college, everybody hated the Army, hated the military, They'd come up to me and say, well, what did you do? And I'd say I was an airborne infantry reconnaissance. Oh, you mean you killed people? And I'd say, no, I shot people shooting at me. And so, it was challenging. People wouldn't have anything to do with me. And back then, I was in Austin, and they had the anti-war protests going on all the time and stuff. And I didn't get involved in it. But they find out, So, that was challenging.
So, how did you meet your wife?
We met on a blind date. His best friend and my best friend set it up. And we really hit it off. You see, unlike every other guy I've met, John had a plan. He was getting his degree in math and physics and becoming a professor at some university. And we planned on living the rest of our lives somewhere excluded in retirement. But when John and I were finishing college, it was around the time America was just getting involved in Vietnam. And that's when everything went wrong. One day he received a letter from the military telling him that his brother had died in battle. He had always dreamed of finishing college, but instead he dropped out and decided serving his country was more important. The night before he left, I laid in his arms and he said,
"If something happens to me, I don't want you to be alone."
And so, we both knew in our hearts, we both wanted him to come home. I went with his family to put him on the plane. As he boarded, he turned around and waved. And that was the last time I saw him truly alive. Because when he came back, he wasn't the same. He was nothing more than a walking corpse.
It's a beautiful story, John. I've never heard one quite like that.
I guess it's the effect that she has on me, you know.
Well, love has a different effect on everybody. Can you tell me something, John?
What is it?
Why do you think she's still with you?
To be honest with you, Doc, I have no clue.
It's because she loves you. She cares for you enough to want you to be the best you can be. And by coming to me today and talking, you're proving to her that you care for her enough to at least try and get better.
I've never thought about it that way.
Okay, well, John, that's our time. Well, we talked a lot this session, which is good. Are you willing to continue to put forth the effort to continue the treatment process?
Look, some of the things I've said today, I can't even tell you how I made it through this session. But now, I believe this may actually help me. So yes, Doc, I'm going to continue to work and get better.
I'm glad we're at an understanding. I know how hard it can be to talk about things like this, but in the end, it will be very beneficial for you. Will I see you next week?
Yes.
So how did you go?
It went well.
The thoughts of my heart have left me. They count as a number.
My soul feels empty for these feelings were wrong. My friends in my heart are in my mind.
We have no place to go but home. I have a large family.
Even as my paper fills up, my heart spreads. Family is silent now, but our group I pray will slow.
Bring my soul with theirs to heaven, God. Give my brothers forgiveness of a war that was not theirs.
Bless them upon the wall.